No matter how many Yu-Gi-Oh continuations they have, if you actually take the time to watch them, I think people that hate on them don't actually give them the time of day. I've seen Yu-Gi-Oh GX as a kid. I've seen 5Ds as a kid, and I've seen even Zexal as a kid. But when it came to 5Ds and, well, not 5Ds, but when it came to Arc 5 and Reigns, I recently watched them. Well, not recently. I watched Arc 5 3 years ago, but I have recently watched Reigns, of course, because of the. I actually have gotten back into Duel Links, and I was kind of curious to see what and how Playmaker works or what his whole story was, and I've been pretty entertained from the show. It's been kind of confusing to me why people don't actually enjoy the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise outside of Yu-Gi-Oh and GX. I feel like people don't actually give them enough time to watch the rest of them. Some people actually do talk about 5Ds, but normally they kind of stop at either GX or 5Ds and don't continue on with the franchise. I understand that Yu-Gi-Oh attempts to do what Pokemon has done and make a new gen show every time so that they can get people involved in their game, and I understand that they incorporate new summoning methods that aren't, or they don't really also occupy the same amount of time and space that the other ones did. And once you get past 5Ds, the storylines are not connected anymore, as the first five are, well, the first three are clearly connected. Zexal, Arc 5, and Reigns all happen in their own timelines in another universe, or I bet another dimension is a better way of putting it. And none of these duelists know each other anymore. If you actually play Duel Links, you would know that Yugi actually has something to say to both. Well, Yugi himself does it, but Jaden and both Yusei have something to say to Yugi. So it's 100% confirmed that they're in the same timeline. Whereas Yuma has something to say to him, and even get this, neither does Yuya, and also neither does Yusaku or Playmaker. Nobody has any language for this guy because they are not in the same timeline. They exist in another world where summoning and methods are completely different and stuff like that. Arc 5 actually tackled this and allowed you to use all summoning methods in the same, coming up with different dimensions where there was a different dimension Crow, a different dimension Atlas, a different dimension Alexis Rhodes. It was actually pretty innovative, but this was kind of for the old fans to get back into the show, and it failed horribly to me, I think. But I think a lot of people actually enjoyed it. Overall, though, I think it's very important to keep in mind that these characters are very cool and that the rest of the Yu-Gi-Ohs are just as good as the original two. Maybe not as good in terms of, obviously nostalgia, but they're not bad at all, and I have enjoyed my time watching them. I hope you all enjoyed. That was my personal review of them, and I don't really think people should give them enough credit. They don't tend to give them enough credit, and yeah, catch you on the next video. Deuces.